Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Campfire Conversations podcast. This is episode number 4. And honestly, I've been having so much fun that I thought there were more episodes than that. I was a little surprised it was only 4. We got a great show to you tonight. Great show for you tonight. We're going to get it out of the way early. Before we bring the guests on, just want to let you guys know this podcast is brought to you by Trash Panda Decals. Got the best kayak fishing tin tags on the market, no doubt. If you haven't heard the name, you've definitely seen the work. You can find those at tintags.com. So without further ado, let's bring our guests on. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Not much. How's it going?
I had to get all my bugs out in the intro. I almost hit stop and was like, all right, 3, 2, 1, we'll start it again.
It never works. You just got to keep going.
I hear the best kayak angler owns Trash Panda decals.
There's some website out there that says I'm the best. I mean, it's got my big smiling face on it. It's got to be true, right? Can't imagine who set that up.
I wonder.
So how you guys doing tonight?
Woo, we're good. We made it.
Ooh, I got to remember to pull up the comments. There we go. I always forget to hit the comments tab, and people will be there and they're saying hi, and then I just don't even have it up. And they're like, why is nobody commenting? Like, oh, yeah, it's there.
There we go. There it is.
Yeah, we got Chris Lancaster there. Sweet. What's up, Chris?
So for people that don't know you guys, you're in Indiana. What part of Indiana are you guys in?
So we're under Southwest Indiana Outdoors on YouTube, and that is literally where we are in Indiana, as far southwest as you can get. We're close to Evansville area, so we're kind of in the tri-state of Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. Yeah. They're all like a pretty short drive to hit 3 states.
My experience with Indiana was like largely driving through it. When I lived in Michigan and my family was down here in Missouri, I'd come through all the time for like 3 seconds. It was like you went from Illinois to Indiana. You argued with the Chicago traffic for a second, and then you were in Michigan hitting potholes.
Yes. We are on the complete opposite end. So for us, it's you're in Indiana, then you're like in Illinois, or you're in Indiana, then you're Kentucky. So it's the same thing, just with Illinois and Kentucky. We're right there.
So are you guys anywhere near like Gary?
No,
way down.
That's the only place in Indiana I can remember spending any period of time. And so every time I see like the Bears are going to move to Gary, it just seems so fitting because for those that don't know, Gary, Indiana is like insanely ghetto. When I got stuck there for like a month doing PI work, there's this railroad company there. I guess it's like a big railroad company. Couldn't tell you who they were if my life depended on it. But there was this Hispanic guy who like used to get drunk and go to work and just show up and like cause chaos. Well, he showed up with like a machete after he got fired and like threatened a bunch of people and got arrested and like had to go to trial. But the railroad company paid us to watch him 24 hours a day. So in shifts, we would just sit outside this guy's house and watch him. And more fascinating than him is the things that go on in the bathroom in the KFC in Gary, Indiana. Like that is such a weird little town.
It's very, very odd.
Let's see. Stacy said, I went to Boss High in Evansville. Oh, okay.
That's crazy. I didn't know you knew that area. Yeah. So Evansville is our closest, biggest town. That's where I go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
So if that says anything. That's where we tell people we're from.
The middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
so.
We always say we're from Evansville because that's the only town people are going to know.
But
we don't. It's about 36 minutes from there. So
I did that with where I grew up in New Jersey. Anytime somebody asks me where I'm from, I just say Millville. I went to the same high school as Mike Trout. I was a few years ahead of him. I dated his sister for like 2 seconds when we were younger. But I always just say Millville because nobody knows where Cedarville is. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, between Mike Trout and Ike and Ellie, who I want to say is like Tom's River or something like that, which is not that far away either. They kind of get the region, but nobody would know what Cedarville is.
Yeah.
Like the directions to my house literally included You just stay straight on that road until you see the big tree, and you can only go right or left. And you go left, and people will be like, well, like, how am I going to know the tree? And I'm like, listen, it's a big ass tree. It's it's literally in the middle of the road. If you go straight, you're going to drive into this car-eating mammoth of a tree. So it's turn left at the big tree, turn right on the first paved road. And my house is on the left, a mile down. It's the second house.
Yeah.
Alex Purse, the hottest couple in kayak fishing. Oh,
there we go. I'll take that title.
Shots fired at Holly and Joe.
Oh, I mean, sorry, Holly.
Holly's got enough battles with who's that? Trent. I don't even understand what that battle is about. But I made the stickers.
Yeah, I saw the stickers.
I know I'm Team Holly, but I don't know why.
We just shipped him a box, and I almost put Team Trent on the side just to be mean.
Oh,
I didn't do it, but I thought about it.
That would have been pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I almost declared Team Trent just to be a contrarian. But
that's me. Like,
I'm surprised
I love smack talking.
Let's be real,
so
Steve. You are a contrarian.
Non-freaking stop contrarian. But I was like, she's on the TPD promo team. I probably shouldn't declare for the guy that she's up against. So how long have you guys been kayak fishing?
All right. So for me, in reality, we first started kayaking in 2020, and I picked up my first fishing kayak 2021. I was fascinated with it in 2020 and pretty much determined that I was getting a fishing kayak, but I didn't pick it up until 2021 and started then, and really was kind of all in on it right away. Like it was for me, it was just, hey, it's a cool way to get out in the water and get some experience. And immediately after I got it and I started spending time in it and, of course, turned over the kayak like my first real day out in it and started spending some time in it. I was like, okay, this is actually a ton of fun. And I was all in on it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah. I had been kayaking. I actually went kayaking first before he did, but it was just with my friends. We were just going around for scenic, trips, floating around. And so my experience in kayaks, my first experience was in like a sit-in kayak of that nature. So when he started kayak fishing, I thought he was crazy, which isn't uncommon, but I was like, that just doesn't make any sense. So I did not join him right away. And also I hadn't been fishing in a very long time. I did fish growing up, but I never really knew how to fish. A lot of people, when they take their girls fishing or whatever, they're tying on the baits, they're just handing them the rod, they're taking off the fish, all that stuff. So, I had fun doing it. I loved going out there to a lake I went to growing up that was at my friend's house, and we'd just catch, whatever all the time. So I always enjoyed that. But when we started having kids, and I didn't really fish very much because taking 4 little kids fishing is not fun. And then thinking about doing it for a kayak to me just didn't sound that great. And then finally, honestly, we just kind of got to, this point in the marriage. I was like, every date we go on is literally the exact same thing, which it is now too, but it's different. Yeah. It's different. I was like, we go to our same restaurant, we go do our thing. I was like, why don't we do something on a date that you like? And I was like, I'll go kayak fishing with you. So we went and literally, out on the water. Like I was already thinking whenever I didn't want to get off the water. And I was already thinking about when we could get back on the water. And just from the very first time we were out, I was just hooked again. So,
what you almost got to do with the kids is get one of those big, like they call it the paradise float. You see all the girls floating down the river in, and you just tow them out to the middle of the lake with the life jackets on, and then just anchor them up and be like, we'll be back for you when we're done. Where are they going to go?
We somewhat do that. So when we do take the kids, we don't take them all the time anymore, to be honest. They just, as much as I would love for them to like to fish, they really don't. And they don't want to be out there for long periods of times. Yeah. But if we do take them and they're on one of their kayaks, they will go what we call island exploring, because we have a lot of little islands in this one spot we fish. So
that's awesome.
They'll get off on there and they'll just kind of explore. So that's what we do with them currently. But
We'll be fishing around the island that they're around or that they're on, and then we're like, hey, it's time to move on to the next island and come explore it, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kira used to do, we don't have like the islands, but when she'd be kayaking, she would be like, can I go on the bank? And I'm like, my rule was always, if I can see you, I don't care. And so she'd go jump off and she'd be playing in the mud doing God knows what and goose poop and everything else. And then I'm like, hey, I want to go over here. And she'd paddle over there and get back out. And like Kira likes fishing when something's eating it.
Yes.
She's got no attention span when they're not eating.
Yeah.
But if she's catching them, she don't care.
Yeah, we've got 2 of our kids are like that. If it is like, if the bite is happening, they're having a blast.
Oh yeah.
And if the bite is not happening, they're not having fun. Our oldest 2 both can handle like not catching fish. Mm-hmm. And like our oldest, he doesn't really complain when we're out on the water most of the time, but you can just tell it's not really his thing. And then our daughter, our oldest daughter, she kind of enjoyed it last year.
Yeah.
And kind of hoping to get her out some more this year, and she may end up really falling in love with it. She still hasn't.
She might be the one that like gets the bug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we could get her a fish on the kayak, I think she would.
I think it would really.
She would. I mean, she's still gone with us, even though she hasn't caught things, and you could tell she does like it. But I don't know. She's also a 12-year-old girl who has different interests and wants to just hang out sometimes. So I don't know. So we'll see. I would love for one of them to like it. They just none of them have gotten the bug yet.
Yep.
Mine just turned 14 and she's interested in like anything but me.
Yeah.
Like I asked her what she wanted to do for her birthday. Saturday we were going to celebrate it, and she's like, I want hibachi and sushi, and I want to go shopping with Kelly. Just Kelly.
That's
and funny. I was like, so like her and Kelly went shopping. I hung out with the dog. I was like, well, I guess I'll sit here and do some tin tag designs because I'm not allowed to go shopping. Like the truth is, I didn't want to go. I wanted nothing to do with clothes shopping, shoe shopping, whatever. Oh, Charlie Sanders showed up. But so what you said was you got bit, you got addicted, you got the bug. And sometimes people wonder like that aren't in it. Like, would it be, because you see it all over Facebook, even if you're not a kayak fisherman, if you're anything outdoors interested, it pops up all over your feed. And I've seen people make comments like, this wouldn't even be popular if social media wasn't around. And like, I think to some extent it's true, just because it blew up so much with the exposure of social media. But man, like 32 years ago, there were guys out there doing it. Like I was doing it because it was just a way to get off the bank. And Marty Hughes, I mean, that dude has been kayak fishing, I think, since the kayak was invented. Yeah. Like, not calling him old, but like you can't be kayak fishing and not know Marty. Like he just knows everybody. So I think I'm not sure if the addiction fed social media or social media feeds the addiction. But I find that like so I guess this is a question because you guys make fishing content and outdoor content. Do you find that you consume a lot of like fishing content?
Yeah, I definitely do. In reality, I started consuming it because I was interested in trying it. So I got the interest to try it, and we used the still spin kayak.
Yeah, I got Marty's attention. What's up, Marty?
So I was interested in trying it and started watching videos. And, of course, found guys like John Dalton from Creek Fishing Adventures and enjoyed his stuff. And then come across Greg Blanchard, which at the time when I first started doing it, I wasn't a bass fisherman at all.
I wasn't either.
I loved crappie fishing or literally just going out and fishing for anything with an ultralight rod. I would go out with an ultralight rod. That would be the only rod on my kayak. Ultralight rod and a bunch of crappie jigs, because literally anything that swims in the water or that swims in our local bodies of water will eat crappie jigs. So I might go out and catch bluegill, crappie, bass, catfish. You just didn't know what you were going to come up with. And I love doing that. And through watching Greg Blanchard, I saw him doing the tournament videos, which if you watch his stuff, him and his friends is what really makes the tournament videos like seem so much fun. Him and his friends just have such a good time. And I was like, man, I'm interested in doing that. But we didn't have any crappie tournaments around. So I was like, well, I guess I can look around for bass tournaments, and found that we had a local club, GRBY, Grassroots Bass Yakin, which we are actually helping out with their social media this year. But yeah, so I found that club and started kind of following them, ran into some of the guys on the water, and I was nervous because, again, I had no clue how to even catch bass, really, besides I would catch them on my crappie jigs.
Yeah,
And
they
so
were
I'm
always bycatch for me too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, so am I going to go out here and just be a complete embarrassment if I go out and bass fish? Are these guys going to laugh at me? So I grew up, we did a lot of catfishing, and we had boats, and I had buddies that would do the bass boat tournaments. And I'm just going to say it on here. I know it's going to make people mad.
Don't get them
but those
canceled.
guys are snobby. Like,
They are.
And I was like, man, what is it going to be like when I get out there on a kayak with some of these guys that are in bass tournaments? I just kind of expected them to be the same way. And, you know, my first trip out, I went out with a crappie rod. I caught one bass, and it was a brutal day. It was like 33 degrees. It snowed on me.
Oof.
The wind was blowing 30-mile-an-hour gusts. I was in a paddle kayak, and it rained on me, snowed on me, and horrible winds. And I was
It's
out there.
that lake effect.
Yeah, it was brutal, and I had so much fun. And I talked to another guy on the water, and he was super cool. The next tournament I went out, I actually met the guy who won the first tournament of our series, and he was like, "Well, I'm catching them on a square bill," and like helped me get into actually fishing bass lures.
That's awesome. Yeah, see, I had the same trajectory, but I looked at bass fishing totally different. When my buddy talked me into doing the tournaments, I thought I was going to slay them because they're always eating the dang crappie jigs and stuff. And so I'm constantly catching bass, shaking them off, yelling at them like they're trash fish. And I was like, I'm going to hammer them. This is easy.
Yeah.
And then, so the mistake I made was then I started watching the bass fishing content, and I was like, well, let me get these bass fishing lures. I should have just gone out there with a crappie lure and just not changed a thing that I did. And life might be a little different today, but I think I would have actually caught more bass that way. But the reason I asked if you consume content is because I find I actually go, like, the more into it I get, the more opposite direction I go. So, like, I learned, quote unquote, how to bass fish from watching Alex Rudd. Like, when I decided I was going to bass fish, I typed in bass fishing on YouTube. Alex came up. I watched 2 seconds, and this dude in a beard was, you know, dang on shit, well, you know, whatever, bass. And I was like, well, he's funny. I'm going to watch him. And so I watched like all of his stuff, like just immersed in it. And then I was watching like Fluke Master stuff. And then I found that, like, it's weird being a content creator and saying this, but like the more I fish and the more I'm in it, the less of that type of content I watch. And it's almost like, God, you know what? It might even be partially because of the business and like all of that, but it's almost like an overload. Like my feed is all fishing all the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm weird. I go the other direction with the content.
I don't watch a lot of it.
She doesn't watch any long.
I don't watch long form content.
Like any long form content,
unless I'm particularly trying to learn something, and then I'll maybe like look up a video on that topic. But as much as I love my fellow social content creators, I am probably not going to sit down and watch your hour-long video because it just I don't know, something about it to me, I just can't like get into that, like watching it. I want to be doing it. So it doesn't work for me that well.
For me, in reality, I do a lot more watching other videos to help support the other creators that I'm friends with. And so, you know, I'll watch their videos and just help. I mean, I've been motivated through other creators, and I help try to spread that motivation around. So that's really my biggest thing. I don't watch it as much as I did at one point, but I do watch my friends to help support them. And that's really where it comes in for me.
I feel bad.
And it may be that I'm doing something else and I've got their video playing in the background, and I'll be kind of glancing at it here and there and listening to it. And I always try to drop a comment and say, hey, you know, here's what I noticed on the video.
I do the same thing. and it's kind of funny. Like, do you guys ever, like, when you get done editing one, well, you'll use like a long form as an example. Do you ever watch your long form when it's done its edit? Because I don't. So I don't. When I run through the edit, by the time I'm ready to hit that export button, I'm like, good enough. And I send it out into the world because I've just seen it so many times while I'm editing. And I get sick of myself. Yeah. And I'm like, I hope everybody else likes it because I'm tired of watching it.
I didn't actually watch when he started adding me onto the videos. I did not actually watch them for a long time because I was like, I do not want to see myself on these videos. It's hard for me at first. I do watch them now for a couple of reasons. Mainly, a lot of it is just to see and learn from watching myself on fishing errors, which is actually really painful still, but I do it more often now.
And for her, she's not the one editing long form.
No, I'm not.
So that helps.
When I'm posting it, she's seeing it for the first time. Yep. So going back and seeing when, hey, I made mistakes. I missed setting the hook on this fish or whatever happened. She's able to go back and kind of critique herself versus us while we're editing the long form. We're all looking at those spots and like, okay, I screwed up majorly here. What did I do? And you go back and watch it and you're like, what an idiot. How did I mess up something that I know to do every time and I still mess it up right there?
Have you ever watched that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I think so, but it's been a long time. Like probably when it came out.
There's like a part he's playing the piano. He's like putting a musical together and he's like super depressed. So like every other line, he's like, you suck. You're horrible. He just like hates himself. And that's me when I edit video. Like I see my mistakes and I'm like, how'd you miss that fish? You suck. Like, I'm like, why are you playing with the net so much? Put the fish in the damn net.
that was and I struggled. I get scared easily on the frog blow-ups, and then I overreact, and then I set the hook too fast, and I lost a lot of fish. And one day I thought I was really doing a good job. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. And he's editing. He didn't even wait for the video release, and he sent me clips, and he's like, here, watch this. And I did not wait. And I was like, you jerk. Why'd you have to send that to me?
A lot of us do that. We were like, you know.
I just jumped.
Steve Ranella described it with bow hunting one time. He like waited forever for this deer to come in. He just completely missed. The arrow wasn't anywhere near the shot. And he's like, you invest all the time, you go through it in your head, you see it over and over, and then a moment comes, you just go, ah. That's how I am with frog fishing. Like I can't do it.
Yeah.
So
I thought I had it good, and like just went everywhere. It was fine.
Who's the better fisherman between you guys?
That's debatable. If we're going to go by the challenges that we do together, I guess we'd have to say him, but that's going to change this year. So I tend to catch the bigger ones.
That's because of that wacky worm. I don't have the patience to fish that thing.
I don't fish it
slow. She fishes it fast. Like she fishes a wacky worm really fast and still is very successful.
Andrew's going to do some pony content, so I start watching more fishing content. Inside joke. Charlie said, I normally watch it at 2 times speed. You know, a lot of people do that, especially when like they edit and stuff. I scrub. Like I've got, let's see if this thing will reach. I'm going to unplug it. I've got the tour box for editing. So like I'll fly through the timeline, like scrubbing that wheel. And so I like edit in high speed almost because I'll like fly ahead, then like back up, cut, drop something out. But like I can't watch it in fast speed.
Yeah.
But like kids like Charlie, man, he's probably like quick editing on the phone. And like I'm starting to feel like an old codger where like my phone screen is huge and I'm just like, I can't, the little lines, I can't get them in the right spot. I'm like, just put it on the laptop. So what was your first kayak chase, that first one that you were fishing out of?
So
before the fishing kayak?
Yeah, I bought a Vibe Seaghost 110. So I had been really, I'd watched a lot of videos, and in reality, because again, I was following Greg Blanchard. I seen him fishing out of, at the time, he was in a Slayer and a regular Titan. And I was like, oh man, I would love to get a native kayak. Start looking around, and the closest native dealer was online, was showing like 4 hours from us. So I reached out to them, and they said, oh no, we don't even sell kayaks anymore. COVID, after it hit, we couldn't get inventory, so we just stopped carrying them altogether. So I was like, okay, so I guess native's kind of out of the picture. So started looking around, and we don't have, at the time, we didn't have any kayak shops even remotely close to us.
No kidding.
Yeah, nothing even remotely close to us. We don't really have a lot of water by us. We have a lot of wildlife areas that are close to us. So I went to Academy. I saw what kayaks they had, and I had been, again, watching videos on kayaks that were, a little bit more budget friendly, but still fishing kayaks. And they had Vibes, and they had the Vibe Seaghost 110. So I watched some videos on it, and like, I do a lot of research before I make a purchase like that. So I watched a lot of videos on it, and I was like, yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can get into it. So next thing you know, I bought one, and that was, I still have it. It's a great kayak.
Yeah.
I cannot stand in it. I can, but I can't stand in it for long, or else I will be in the water.
Yeah, those are definitely not standing friendly. They're not even
No.
really sitting friendly. I got in one just to go for a paddle one time, and I was doing this, and I was like, man, everybody seems to love these things, but I feel like I need a seatbelt.
So they are fast kayaks. I will say that. Like, when it comes to just a paddle craft, like, it paddles really fast. Handled the river really well. So I still leave it or use it for like a backup boat for a river. And then the kids are in it now. Pretty much if we go out, we only go out with one kid generally. So, hey, get the vibe. So they still get a quality kayak, and it's something, again, they can paddle pretty easily.
It was also super, like, I don't know the right word, not sturdy, that's not the right word, but like it handled the wind pretty good for being a pedal kayak.
Yeah.
A paddle kayak. Yeah. It handled the wind very good with the rudder on there, because
it has that tow controlled rudder. Yeah. So I would find a bank where the rudder could literally, where like the wind would be pushing me down it, and I could go down like 150 yards of bank and never once touch my paddle. My paddle would just be sitting in my lap, and I would be casting and fishing. So in reality, switching over to a pedal drive, I had to get used to it because I'm constantly controlling the rudder with my hand. That was the first thing that, oh, this is odd. I'm actually having to let go of the fishing rod to control the kayak some.
Yeah, I haven't had to control with my hand in like forever. It's interesting because, like, I don't know how the Titan ultimately gets rigged out is going to be interesting, because I don't know how often I'll actually use the pedals.
Yeah.
And like, in my mind, I'm going to take the pedals with me all the time. So then, it might be steering the rudder, whatever. But the reality is I'll probably pop those things out, and they'll probably hang on the wall.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like the Mirage Drive, when I had the Hobies, the Outback, it was in all the time because it wasn't motorized.
Yeah.
But the Pro Angler, the Mirage Drive was strapped to the back of the kayak, and I don't know that I ever undid those straps, except for the one day that my motor broke. I got back there and undid them. I think that was it. So I don't know, but I did get the Drive just because I thought it would be stupid not to get it. But the idea of the whole hand steering, like, I don't know if I can go back to that.
Yeah.
I've
just been too long.
That's all I've had is hand steering, so kind of used to it. But it would be really nice not to do that. It would definitely equal more fishing time. I can see where that's very beneficial.
Chris said he has the Wizard foot controls. I've got the Source steer. I've got the Source crate stuff ready for it. It's not here yet, but other stuff is, and it'll be here. Alex said his hang on the wall. I think that's where mine's going to end up.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, as we look at motorizing, it's one of the biggest things I've been thinking of, is like, I mean, is the pedal even going to come into play there?
Yeah.
We're just going to bring our motors and the paddles. It's definitely been something we've been thinking about.
Yeah, especially since I'll have the two motors the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Like I got way too spoiled with the PWR having both motors. I
Yeah.
can't go back. Like I was telling you guys backstage, it just really depends. Man, I don't know that 180 is ever going to make it on the Titan. I think it might need an NK300 just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes a good point. He said the either one can fail, the paddles or the motor. Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Josh is in the chat.
Yeah.
Someone say foot
So
steering.
we actually saw his foot steering when he was first, really releasing it. When we East Tennessee show 2 years ago, and got to go up there. We met Josh up there and saw his foot steering, and I really liked the design of his.
He talked about it a lot.
It's so good. And, the way he came on my radar was I was listening to Alex Rudd and he had him on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even about the crate or like the steering that like pulled me in. It was the open source mindset and why he makes those files available, and just seemed like a really good dude. I ended up just messaging him and was like, man, I heard you on the show. I hope you have like all the success in the world because you just seem awesome. Ended up getting my hands on the crate and then the foot steering, and man, I never look back. It's just such great stuff. I told him he should make a 360 seat for the PWR, like his version off what he was working on for something else.
Yeah.
A source crate 360 seat on the PWR would be money.
It would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. No, we thought the same thing when we met him. He's just an all around good dude. And
yeah.
Salt of the earth. The real question is, when are you getting a Titan? You're getting left behind.
I know. I definitely, that will be my next kayak. When we were in South Carolina, I got a chance to get in one, and he said, yeah, I got the chance to get in one, and they are definitely sweet kayaks. Andrew's talked about how stable they are. Thad's talked about how stable they are. I mean, even with the wind being, and the wind had died down by the time we went out and tried them, but even with the wind being still fairly rough, I was standing in it and had I didn't feel shaky even a little bit. And I was standing in it with the waves crashing into the side, so yeah, it was no issue at all. That is pretty stinking sweet. Still pedaled pretty well, even as heavy as they are. They are heavy, heavy kayaks. That is the only thing that makes me nervous about them, because we do like river fishing, and it will be a brute getting in and out of the river for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The RVR is going to take, like, I was using the PWR for both, and sometimes the RVR is taking all the river duties from now on. But
yeah,
the RVR, this will be my third season that I've owned it, and I've finally put the motor and stuff on. So now I've got the source crate foot steering on there, the motor, the anchor wizard. I'm itching to take it out, but I don't think it's going to make it out before the Titan shows up. So it's funny. I got it all dressed up for the prom, and now I'm just going to like kick it to a corner of the garage, like, get out of the way. The new girlfriend's coming in.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, but like, I'm not looking forward to rigging it. I hate like, I know Andrew loves it and everything. I like rigging being done. I like planning rigging. I don't like actually doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's not for me.
I have a hard time when it comes to drilling the kayak for the first time. I'm like, oh, am I really going to put holes in this thing? Which I know the Titan comes with all those little plates and stuff, which is pretty sweet.
I've lost the somewhere along the way. I've just had so many kayaks. The fear of drilling them went away. When I first got the Outback, I wanted to put the Boondocks landing gear on it. Yeah. And so one of the first things you got to do is install that rear hatch. And like, the circle is already there and all that stuff. But I didn't even like tape it out or anything. I just like held up the hatch, and I looked at the hole, and I punched a hole in the center, and I got the it's not a sawzall, what do they call it, skill saw.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just eyeballing it. And I'm like, what? It didn't get, my buddy Christian was like, oh my God. And like, to me, I'm just like, it's Tupperware, man. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
If we go too far, we'll plastic weld it. It's fine.
That was funny.
So you mentioned the river. You guys fish the Ohio River at all?
No, it is way too big out here. Now we actually were told that there's some backwater that we can get to, and we need to try it sometime. And they go out there and they catch spotted bass, so that we do have some spots here, but it's just getting to that spot of water and actually trying it out. And maybe we'll be able to make that happen this year. Now we don't have spots like Alex catches down there, but
he catches freak spots.
Yeah, like we're talking like 12 to 14 inches that we may get on.
Yeah.
If you guys go out on the Ohio River, I want you to look for the mud mermaids. I want. Have you guys heard about those?
No.
I want to know if they're real, and they're not like attractive mermaids. Like you hear mud mermaid, and you just think of like Ariel, but like the redneck version that like hangs out on the bank and puts in limb lines. But they're like these devil creature things. They're supposedly live in the Ohio River. The mud mermaids. I just love crap like that. Like I haven't had an episode yet where we haven't brought up aliens, Bigfoot, mud mermaids. Where do you guys stand with Bigfoot?
I knew that's where that was going.
This might be a thing I ask every guest for the rest of the podcast.
I mean, I'm not going to say that we don't know things that exist because this is a big old world, but I don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot myself. I think it's a fun story to go along with and to play with.
I mean, we all hear those bumps in the night that sometimes give you a little bit of a heart attack. So you just never know what's really out there. Yeah. But I kind of go with what Pete Rogers said. And, a big mammal has to have a breeding population to be able to stay in existence. And I think there'd have to be enough of them that we would at least see them here and there. But I will say those like that one family of orangutans is really insane. I can't even remember where they're at, but like they know to hide from people when people are trying to take pictures of them. And there's been like a couple pictures of them taken over all the years that they've been in existence. So
intelligent. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You'll have to look into it. I'll try to look at it afterwards, and I'll send you a story on it.
I'll send you a link about the mud mermaids so you can see those.
There we go.
That way you know what you're looking for. I always think there's
mud mermaid hunting.
I always think there's something at the boat ramp that's going to kill me. Like anytime in the summer when it's still dark, like the creepiest noises come out. Like I'll be walking down to the kayak and there'll be like, it's got to be Bigfoot. I thought I had Bigfoot in a vault toilet one time. Well, to be fair, I didn't know what it was. I really had to go. That vault toilet looked sketchy, and I was like, it's not happening. Like mind over matter. And by the time I had the kayak on the bank, I was like, I can't do it. I got to go. So I go in the vault toilet, and I keep hearing this noise. It sounds like this howling noise. And I'm like, where the hell is that coming from? And I'm all over the vault toilet with the light, can't see it. I'm outside the vault toilet. I was like, I know as soon as I pull down my pants, whatever that is going to ambush me. So for like 20 minutes, I'm waddling. I mean, I've got like the turtle problem. Like it's a big deal. But I swear every time I go in there, it's like, and I'm like, what the hell is that? So I finally just like, I got to go. So I'm sitting down and I'm doing my thing. And I keep hearing that sound, but now I'm hearing something under me. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord. I'm like, it's in there. I'm like, it's got to be a Bigfoot. That's where it eats. I don't know. So now I'm sitting on the toilet. And you know those vault toilets aren't very big anyway. And I got my phone for the flashlight, and I'm afraid to drop my phone because I keep hearing stories about people getting stuck in vault toilets. So I'm like shining my camera between my legs. And part of me is like, you're not going to see anything. It's all in your head. So when the light goes down and there's eyes looking back at me, I came up off the toilet. I wasn't even done. I came off that toilet so fast. So it didn't end up being Bigfoot. It was a possum. But I'm like, So then I felt bad for the possum, and I ended up like getting this long branch, and I was trying to get it to grab onto it, and eventually I just gave up. But I was convinced there was a Bigfoot like stalking the vault toilet, like strategically waiting to attack me.
Makes sense.
Just a damn possum. There was another vault toilet that had a motion light, and there's two of them. They both have motion lights, and one of them, you went in there, it came on, you left, it went off. The other one just flickered.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was waiting for launch at the boat ramp for the tournament to start, I'm just watching it flicker, and I'm like, I'm going to get killed at this freaking boat ramp.
I think I had just started following you about the time that happened, because I remembered you posting a short about it, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty sketchy looking.
Yeah, it was like, don't.
Yeah.
There was no pattern to it. And like, I'm like, oh, it's got to be like wasps or flies. And I'm in there. There's like nothing in there. And I'm just like, this has bad fishing day vibes all over it.
Oh.
Listen, I'm a weirdo. I don't know, man.
Oh, we know. That's okay.
All right.
I know, poor possum.
You guys want to do a little overrated, underrated?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I stole this from Alex Rudd. You guys know how it works, but for those that don't, we just pick a topic and then we all decide if that thing is overrated, underrated. And I got an interesting list here that's going to get a little assaultive on Missouri towards the end, but it's okay because I live here. So the first thing for overrated, underrated, spam.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I mean, is it rated? Yeah. Do people still actually eat it?
Yes, I eat it all the time.
Now, she's saying that, but she eats Vienna sausages.
I don't
and
anymore.
To me, those are the same thing. Oh, no way.
Ugh. They don't even smell right.
Oh, no, not at all. The spam, overrated.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. See, I think it's Have you ever had spam in mac and cheese?
No, I haven't.
I mean, you might as well just cut up a hot dog and throw it in mac and cheese.
No, it's not the same. I'm not saying that a hot dog and macaroni and cheese is bad, but it's not the same. My daughter thinks it is the grossest thing in the world. But you take some spam and you fry it in the pan and then put it in mac and cheese. Oh my, it's borderline delicacy. I'm going, it's underrated. Spam is so underrated.
I remember my dad eating fried spam sandwiches all the time, and it was so gross. It was so disgusting.
Oh, with egg. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I just couldn't. I don't like the taste of it.
I like that when you like shake it out of its little jar, it's covered in that like slime.
Yeah. Oh.
When I first started eating it, I would take a butter knife and scrape that slime off, and now I'm just like yeah. I'm just totally acclimated to it now.
No way.
Man.
All right. Overrated, underrated. Drop shot.
So I don't have a good answer on this one because in reality, I suck with a drop shot. I can't figure it out. I know I need to like tie myself to it for a little while, like I did the Texas rig, to get it learned. But yeah, the drop shot is not something I have been successful with at all. And I had a rod specifically for it and threw it quite a bit at one point and just never could get it down. So I guess, man, I mean, in my opinion, it's overrated because I can't catch fish with it. But in reality, I know they catch a lot of fish and I see good fish caught on them.
I have never fished with a drop shot before. I'm only 2 years in.
Yeah.
I haven't used that one yet.
I've never fished with it and I'm still calling it overrated.
Are you?
It looks miserable from rigging it and dealing with it, like having it, like just driving around the lake. And then I see them fish. I'd rather skunk than throw that thing. It looks absolutely miserable. Like, you'll mark my words, you will never, ever see me fishing a drop shot. There's somebody could catch a 20-pound bass in my local lake tomorrow on a drop shot. You're never going to see me throw that thing. I'll go where he was with a chatterbait and let it sink and like, pop, pop, burn, but you're not going to see me throw no drop shot. I don't know how people fish that thing. All right, let's tear up Missouri a little bit. Overrated, underrated. Randy B.
She probably doesn't even know.
Is.
She doesn't even know who he is.
That is the best answer possible. I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Overrated, definitely.
He's the old man that like gets really triggered anytime somebody brings up forward-facing sonar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he's more mad about forward-facing sonar than any old man has ever been about a lawn ever.
That's so funny.
Well, didn't he even recently like make a big deal about side scan and everything? Like he's like,
I don't know. I refuse to follow any of his stuff.
I'm almost positive I seen somebody share something recently where he was even throwing a fit about side scan and like that's too far into technology. We need to go back and just not have all this stuff.
I just wish he wasn't from Missouri. Like I'm a transplant, so I guess it's not quite the same. But like
I was worried what you were coming with there.
Let's see. All right. This one, I'm from Missouri. I don't understand it. I don't get it. The St. Louis Arch.
It's definitely overrated.
Agreed.
Is it cool? Yes.
I don't even think it's cool.
I mean, it's neat when you drive in. It's kind of like that thing, you know. I was like, "Oh, kids, there's the arch," but like, I don't mean. It's more of just like a thing, and I would never go up in it ever.
Yeah,
ever.
I grew up an hour from it, and I would never go in it because I was always told, like, me being a bigger guy, they're like, "Oh yeah, the elevator in there's kind of tight," and I'm like, I get claustrophobic. I don't even want to think about it.
So claustrophobic.
I just don't understand. Like people here, they cling to that thing like it's the Liberty Bell. And
yeah.
It sounds snobbish, but like, so I grew up in South Jersey. So like the Liberty Bell, Statue of Liberty, all these great museums, Ellis Island, like it's all within that like area. So like all my field trips were like to these national monuments, like these historical things. And then you come here and they're like, have you seen the arch? And I was like, this is what everybody keeps going on about.
I mean, isn't it a national park?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the arch itself is, or if the national park is like next to it.
It's the land that it's on, I think, but still, to make that into a national park seems like a far stretch to me.
It's a national embarrassment, is what it is.
So I am not a fan of St. Louis in any way at all. Like,
no.
If I could never drive through St. Louis again in my life, I would be a happy man.
The only time we ever go to St. Louis is for like Cardinals games because Kelly's a Cardinals fan, and like the games are fun. I will say I've never had drama with anybody at a Cardinals game. I've had plenty of drama at a Chiefs game. So I mean, they win in that regard. Like I had this drunk girl trying to jump on me, and then I thought Kelly was going to jump on her. It was a whole thing.
So I grew up a Cubs fan, and we would go to Cardinal games, and like we never had drama, but it was always that like fun rivalry, getting each other fired up. Like we would always go down there in a vehicle that had like half Cubs fan, half Cardinal fans, and we would argue the whole way down there, and then on the way back, half of the car would be quiet. You know.
Yeah, I'm a Bucks fan, and so Kelly got tickets for the Bucks Chiefs game, and it was such a great game, and it went to overtime, and it looked like the Bucks were just going to take that one home, and then Mahomes won that stupid coin toss and just did what he does and just marched down, and like it didn't bum me out. So like we didn't have the quiet card going, but I definitely wasn't like as obnoxious as I would have been if they would have won.
Yeah.
Chris Lancaster said Nashville, Gettysburg, and Fort sucks to drive through. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
The worst place I've ever driven through is the Beltway. Like, do you guys know what that is?
No.
So, like, if you take I-95 up and down the coast, so I want to say it's either Virginia or DC, somewhere in that general area, there's like this, interchange is the wrong word, but it's like a convergence of a million different directions and drivers. And like you could literally be going south on the highway, and then without knowing how, you're going back north. And it might be like 45 minutes later, and you're like, wait a minute, we're going the wrong direction. It's a freaking nightmare.
That's kind of how Atlanta does for us as well. And we had to go through there going to South Carolina the other day. And of course, we got separated. So we were driving two separate vehicles because I was hauling the kayaks and she was hauling the kids.
I got the kids.
And so driving two separate vehicles, and we got separated, and we were separated for like 30 minutes before we met back up.
And that was it accidental?
Yeah.
It was.
That was like,
if you had the kids, it may not have been. But.
In the middle of the night that it was still that rough. So yeah, I try to avoid Atlanta if I can.
What was the drive like going down to Santee?
Yeah, it was.
Going down really wasn't that bad.
We mainly drove at night, so which I was in the car with just one of the kids, and he's the quiet one, so it wasn't too bad for her. She was in the car with three of them, and
I had two dogs, three kids and two dogs.
Two dogs.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you guys were driving separate for that.
Yeah, to haul the kayaks. Well, we've got 4 kids, and our van, like having enough luggage for us
for
4
an entire
kids
week,
plus all of our fishing gear. Like we just had to take 2 vehicles, which was rough, but ultimately it worked out.
It really wasn't that bad. We drove through the night mostly because I just wanted. I hate it because if we're driving in the day, they got to stop like every 2 hours to pee. Somebody
every
does.
2 hours.
I can't. My brain is like, guys.
If not every hour.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad, and I can't do it. So I wanted to drive at night. I wanted to leave at like 6 and then just like drive because 6, they can watch a movie and then after that, then go to bed while I drive. Was my thought. But everyone was so excited to leave to go that we ended up leaving at like 2 or 3 in the day. Yeah. So like way earlier because everyone was so pumped. But we just kept driving and driving, thinking we were going to stop. And finally we did. Took a little nap at like 2 a.m. But we got there a lot quicker than we were supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, they clearly had a ton of fun down there.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, we had mixed feelings in reality. We didn't know how it would go for them. Like we knew we were going to have fun. We were going to get to go kayak fishing. Like we were going to get to fish with Andrew and Chris and all those guys. And we knew that was going to be a blast, but we didn't know how much fun the kids would have because we were going to spend a lot of time fishing and they were going to be at the cabin a bunch, So we took them to the beach one day and then we did like a small hike with them and did a few other things. We did some geocaching with them one day.
Oh, that's cool.
They had a blast down there, just being at the cabin. One of the owners had kids there as well. So for a few days, our kids played with their kids, which was really cool. And ultimately, they just loved running around the cabin and playing and probably waking up people early in the morning that were in other cabins because
we have
my
early
kids
bird
don't.
Kids.
Yeah, they don't have like a low volume. It's all high volume. So
I think when you go somewhere like that, it's just like a campground. Like you just assume there's going to be kids. People are going to make noise. Like.
But there wasn't, besides the owner's kids, there really wasn't. It's like, please be quiet.
That lake had like Cato vibes, however you're supposed to say it. Like I saw a couple of like the trees in one of the pictures and like at first I thought that's where it was. I never really paid a ton of attention to like what Santee looks like. And, Alan always said there's no fish in it. So I didn't pay it any mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. They, especially right there at Relax Retreat, there's all those cypress trees there. It is so cool. I've never got to fish a place that had those, so it was really neat fishing that. But yeah, it's like you said, I call it Caddo. I don't really know how you say it either, but it definitely had that kind of vibe, fishing among the trees. Although
that's a bucket list place for me.
The fish were not in the trees. I did lose one in the trees and I caught one in the trees. And other than that, everything we caught was in like open channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to go down to Texas and fish that sometime.
Same.
It just looks haunted. You know what I mean? Yep. Like all the places I fished that might be haunted, that one probably actually is.
Yeah.
It's got horror movie vibes.
One of the spots there, right off of the place that we stayed, Relaxed, when we were going through, so they call it the cut, and it actually cuts through from Jack's Creek, which is where Relax Retreat is on, into the main lake, and you're going through like a forest of cypress trees.
It's really cool.
All around you. Like you are just surrounded by cypress trees, and you cut through all these trees to get to the channel that runs into the main lake. And that was really, really cool. Like, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was magical.
Absolutely beautiful.
But I would have loved to have been there just a few, I don't know, when it was green. And it was still pretty, don't get me wrong, because they were like the big mossy trees with all the lily pads. It would have been so magical when it was like actually green and in full bloom. It was still magical, but I would love to see it when it's green.
It should be all green next time, I imagine.
Yeah. Well,
Are you going back down in May?
No, we're not. I would have loved to, but we can't.
So it's not just me.
No. We weren't invited either. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember when that conversation was going on. I was like, "Oh, that'd be fun." And then I saw the date, and I was like, "Nope, I will get murdered."
Yeah, isn't that like right before the wedding or something?
It's the day of the wedding. It's May 30th. Yeah, it wasn't even like the week before, or the day before. It's like the day of. I'm gonna tuck that MRE in my suit pocket, though. I'm gonna have it on me.
You should add it to your little boutonniere. Like,
I don't know that she'll put up with it.
Yeah,
but like I'll just put it in the pocket. Maybe I'll sneak it out for a photo or something.
Yeah. Well, you need to be like the one that went viral a while back, like a couple years back, where the groom and the groomsmen all went out fishing, and the husband caught like a 8-pounder or something on the wedding day when they were taking photos.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Kelly puts up with a lot of my fishing nonsense. I don't think she would put up with anything surrounding the wedding.
I can't, and I like fishing, but I agree, because I've seen a lot of things, and I was like, man, even if I was this into fishing when we got married, I probably wouldn't have done that stuff, because it's just different. It's supposed to be different. Now, a few little funny things here and there, that's different, but like the whole fishing themed weddings would not be up my alley.
Well, and it's supposed to be about her. So like 100%. my personality should like stop at the door. And then until the ceremony's over and I can drink, and then my personality can come in. But like my two biggest goals are be sober at the altar, because I don't want to be standing up there just like weaving back and forth or whatever.
That's a good goal.
And not be hungry at my wedding, which I think we have that solved, because we're going to get like one of those like party trays from Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
So like before the wedding, pictures, whatever, there's going to be food. Like I'm big on food, and I always hear people talk about like, oh, I didn't even get to eat at my wedding, or I was starving through all my photos. I'm like, nah, not me. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat. So what's next for you guys? Like, you have the local trails and stuff, but do you have any trips or anything planned?
So next for us will be a kayak adventure series in Indiana, which honestly, if I would have realized how far away it was, I might have picked a different adventure place, but it's our local, but we're way down south, so it's not actually local to us. Yep. So we're driving up for that, but I'm still excited to do it. We have a house with a bunch of friends. We're going to go fish that. So it's in.
Where's that one at?
What place in Indiana is
it called? Plymouth, Indiana.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like 4.5 hours north of us.
From us, yeah.
Oh yeah, local.
Yeah, exactly.
Our good Indiana.
The closest kayak adventure series to us is going down to Clarksville, Tennessee, and that's
okay.
Their finale championship is what they call it. But anybody can fish it. You don't have to qualify to fish it. So we'll be going down there. Chris Lancaster, that's been commenting, so he lives down in Tennessee. We'll be probably hitting the water with him.
Yeah, I'd say our next, that will be that one, and probably a trip down to Tennessee. We did one with him last year. Yeah. It's really funny because we've decided that everywhere we go, every state we go to, we have to find a Chris to take us fishing, because that's like the trend.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Kayak, the same, like I don't know. It's funny because they're so similar. It just kind of cracks me up. But we went with him, and that was my first river experience, and it was a blast. We decided to, we made it like a yearly thing. Was what we've decided.
Yeah, it's going to be an annual trip. We had so much fun. Like, there were so many laughs on that trip that they're still going to still laughs to this day. And it's been a year ago. Like, we still will
That's
randomly
awesome.
like think up stuff that happened and just
we have
like
so many
laugh
jokes
out
from
loud
it.
moments.
Yes,
You know,
yeah. So we're definitely doing that again. I thought I had a week to send them, and then I realized that I was really wrong on that week. So I have to look at my dates again, Chris. But I am going to get with you. We're going to do that. That's as many trips here in the near future that we have. Besides that, it's just that final push for him to get him over that monetization on YouTube. We're so close. So if you're watching and you don't know us, go check out his channel.
You guys are close, and you're like creeping up on 2,500 subscribers now. Because I looked earlier to see where you guys were at, and like that gap's closing fast.
Yeah, I gained like 5 over the Relax Retreat video. I've gained like 5 since that posted, and like they've just kind of came out of nowhere, really. So that's been cool. Yeah, we are. As of Sunday, I looked and we were like 32 hours away. And
oh my God, you're right there.
I know
So
we
close,
got some
so
hours
far
on
away.
Sunday, and I know I got some good hours on Monday. So I'm like, you know how YouTube is 5 days behind. So
Oh yeah.
What's going to happen when I get on and look at my hours come Saturday? And I'm really hoping to be there. I'm gonna
have to run the playlist while I'm at work tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I've got it bookmarked, so every now and then I'm like, I'm gonna go watch all these again. I think it still counts.
I think so, because I'll get. I know Jake Stem did it the other day, and I was popping up, and he's done it before too. Jay, I know Andrew's done it, and I'll get on and I'll see like multiple videos in a row, all in my recents, and I'm like, yep, somebody's watching a playlist right now.
Mine,
those hours are rough.
My content has stalled so hard, but like I haven't even hardly checked it. That's how I know it's stalled, because like when I look like once a week, I'm like, oh yeah, look, like 3 subscribers, but it's good. I haven't even had the time. Like I haven't dropped a long form video on a Saturday. I think it's been 4 weekends since the last one dropped. I have 2 that are almost like done. I literally just have to like take 20 minutes and finish the editing. And like when I have 20 minutes, I'm running identifiers. Which isn't a complaint, but I am so busy right now.
Yeah. Literally. And I know we're in the group chat and we talk quite a bit in that as well. But every time I get on Instagram or Facebook, I see TPD and I see a new identifier out there. I'm like, well,
I have
more Steve's cranked out.
I bet I have 15 or 16 in my camera roll from the last 2 days that haven't even been posted yet.
That's awesome.
Somebody said the other day, they're like, I think it's awesome that you post them all. And I was like, oh guys, no, this isn't all of them. I don't even take pictures of all of them. Like I try to get most of them because nobody's ever really said it or requested it. But I think the customers just love seeing their stuff pop up in the feed. Like I've never had somebody order and be like, hey, will you please post mine or whatever. But I try to post as many as I can because I know people get a kick out of it. But there's sometimes where the music is going, I'm just rolling, and I'll get like 10 or 12 identifiers packaged, and I'm like, oh, I didn't take pictures of any of those. And every now and then there's one where it's like the first thing I do is take a picture. It's like it'll come out of the press, and I'm like, I know this one's going to be nasty.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just been so much. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the content. I just keep telling myself that when spring comes and the fishing picks back up, the content will naturally, like, it's just going to pick back up.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really hard in the winter.
Yeah, and like my shorts are still going because they're scheduled every day, sometimes multiple a day. And I'll see people comment, they're like, what were you doing in like this video? And I go back and watch it. I'm like, this is from 4 years ago. I got to watch my own short because I don't know what they're asking me. But having the short scheduled every day until like the end of August,
that's pretty
is a lifesaver.
I have no idea how you accomplish that.
So you have to screw up in order for that to work out. So I decided at the end of 2023, somewhere in there, that I think it was 24 actually, that I was going to do Steve Billington fishing because I already had Penguin Outdoors and I had like 2,000 subscribers and change or whatever it was. And I decided that I was going to split it and have all the fishing on one and then get back to doing more outdoorsy stuff on the other. Well, Steve Billington Fishing only got to like 500 or 600 subscribers somewhere in there in the course of a year. And I really thought with like the experience and the knowledge that I'd be able to push it over 1,000 faster. But I also ignorantly thought that more of my viewers would translate from Penguin Outdoors. Like I almost thought I could duplicate it, and it just doesn't work that way. So when I was coming into the end of this past year, I think it was in like September, I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to just rebrand Penguin Outdoors as Steve Billington Fishing, have one channel, still do the outdoor stuff over here, but not try to split myself between two. So I had a ton of shorts and reels from Steve Billington Fishing. And since I was rebranding Penguin Outdoors as that, they would be unique to that channel. So I downloaded all my content off Steve Billington Fishing, including the shorts. And then when that account was deactivated and deleted, I scheduled all of those reels one a day until I ran out. And now when I have the new ones, some of them I drop right away, like the shorts. And a lot of them, I just drop them on that back end. Yeah. So I was scheduled through like June on that catalog. And now I'm like at the end of August or September, one of the two.
That's amazing.
So in theory, I will now always stay ahead as long as I don't stop.
That's amazing. We got asked to help run socials for our local grubby club, which absolutely love that club. Help get us started. So it was a no-brainer. But man, I told myself I was going to sit down and schedule it out and all that stuff. But I was like, I don't even know what to post. Yeah. So I was like, working on it.
It's so much work to schedule them all too, but like it felt so daunting when I was doing it. But then when it was done, I was like, I could literally not do anything for 6 months and it'll still be daily content.
It's so much pressure until it's done. And then it's just like, okay. So that's my goal, is to get scheduled out and then just keep adding to it. Have certain days where I sit down and add to it, but I just got to get there.
And Chris Lancaster said that Creek Fishing Adventures even said his views going down. Yeah. It probably is natural in the colder months. This is my 6th year on YouTube. And like, I've seen that every year where it stalls out. The past years, I've always just blamed myself and said it's because I wasn't posting content.
Yeah.
Like I would always tell myself I'm going to hold stuff for winter, and then I wouldn't, or the stuff I would hold sucked. And I was like, okay. But this year I honestly just took it on. I was like, it's because my brand has now become Trash Panda Decals. Yeah. And Steve Billington Fishing is now like the hobby. Like it was always a hobby, but now it's just like, it's secondary to TPD. It's like nobody's ever going to know me as Steve Billington Fishing. I'm Trash Panda.
Absolutely.
So now I'm just embracing it, and I just keep throwing the content to YouTube and people can watch it if they want to.
Yep.
But I actually love the whole Trash Panda branding, in my opinion. Like I love the story behind it. I love all of that. It's just perfect for what it is. Yeah.
I'm trying to keep myself grounded because it's reached that point. I'm kind of a cocky dude anyway. Like I've always said it's confidence, not cockiness. Everybody else says it's cockiness. But it's like
next move.
it's reached this point now where it's kind of taken over. It's I'm the leading source for tin tags and kayak fishing, and it really kind of snuck up on me. And so it's I'm very humble when I'm working on orders and everything else, and like I sign every order, and it's like there's this deep connection to it where I'm very aware and humble. But then I'll get on social media, and because people preach the brand and love it so much, like when I get on there, I'm almost like Kanye West, where he's like, y'all should be honored I even showed up. Like, so sometimes when I'm on Facebook, I'd be like, no, don't say that way. That's not really what you're trying to say anyway. You just sound like an ass.
Yeah. Well, I have heard that once you put a Trash Panda decal on your catch board, you catch bigger fish. So
that's what people keep saying. I'm perfectly happy to perpetrate that route. It doesn't work for me, but I'm very big on do as I say, not as I do.
I'm ready to try it out this season. That's for sure.
Yeah. Me too. I haven't caught a single fish yet this year.
We've got a few, but I think we got ours like right at the end of, I can't remember, but it was like towards the end. I don't know that we even fished a tournament with them.
No, we didn't fish a tournament with ours. We got our. She was delaying everything over there, busy working and stuff. So when we got our decals, our identifiers, we didn't get on them. We didn't get them on until after tournament season was over. So we haven't fished a tournament besides the native tournament, and neither one of us put a fish on the native tournament because the only fish I caught during the native tournament were 8 and 9 inches.
I still would have taken pictures of them for the. Are you in the 2026?
They're on there. Yeah. They're on there. Don't worry.
Yeah, the last fish this is not a complaint. It's going to sound like one, but the last fish I caught was December 27th.
Yeah,
and I just remember because it was that 20.5-inch smallie. That's the last one that I caught.
Yeah, I caught a 18.5 in late November. It was our last trip on our local lake before it shut down. But yeah, so there's my 8-incher on the
It's
board.
The size of the board. I love it.
for Marty's challenge.
I'm going to, that just gave me a great idea. I'm going to make a separate tin tag for myself that's just got the measurement on it so that if I catch anything 8 inches or under, I'm going to stick it on the tin tag and take the photo just for kicks. Oh, I got to write that down.
I'm excited about the Marty, the Kayak Jack 2026 challenge. I don't see any way I'm going to complete that, but I'm sure going to give it everything I've got.
Yeah,
it's tough.
If we had just like no kids and no responsibilities and could fish whenever we wanted, that'd be different. But our fishing days are for sure limited. But either way, I thought it would be fun just to keep track of our catches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way. Like there's been years where I thought I wasn't really doing that much. And then I go back and look at my total on there and I was just like, oh, wow. And then last year I caught the majority of my submissions to that from like September to November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool to just watch that total, like the ding, the ding, the ding.
Yeah.
Chris said he caught a 14 about a week and a half ago.
Yep.
Oh, with Fish Mag, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been dealing with yucky weather down there too, down in Tennessee. So
it was snowing here the other night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Our drive home from Santee was snowing. Like 6 hours of our drive, we drove in like snow coming down like mad.
And the best part was it was like 70 degrees when we left.
Yeah.
Maybe 60, but still it was pretty warm. I was in flip-flops, all that stuff, just in cool weather clothes. And on the way home, I kept reaching into my suitcase and dragging out more layers, putting more layers on.
Every stop,
it was getting colder and colder. And by then I was all bundled up.
And then as we pulled into our house, it was 20 degrees.
Yeah.
It's like going from that to 20 degrees.
It was so depressing.
Misery.
So depressing.
I might have just turned around. I'd have been like, I don't need any of my stuff at home. That ain't even home anymore. I'm just going to turn this. Like, I want to live where there's palm trees. I don't want winter anymore. Like, sometimes I float that to Kelly. I'm like, listen, you're a nurse, like a great nurse with a good resume. You can go anywhere. She told me that if my YouTube ever took off enough that she could be a stay-at-home, do whatever she wants person, we could live anywhere I wanted. So maybe I just need to push TPD over the top and be like, all right, well, now let's go Florida or something.
I don't actually want to live in Florida, but the thought of it always being warm is nice.
Yeah, when I lived in Florida, there were days where I'm like, my God, I could just go for like 20-degree weather for like 5 minutes. And now I'm just like, I don't know why I ever felt that way.
Look at Charlie's comment.
I decided not to enter. I'm too competitive. And I would want to skimp on school and work. Oh, that's awesome.
Good choices.
Yeah. When I was your age, I would have skimped on school because that was the least important thing to me. I always got good grades, but I was just like, who needs it? And,
I'm 41 and I would still skip both of those things right now. I would so much rather be fishing than doing anything with any kind of responsibility tied to it whatsoever. All right. We've been going for an hour and 14, so I think I'll let you guys off the hook because I know I told you guys backstage, I was like, when we get done, within like a half an hour, I'm going to be in bed watching Harry Potter and I'm going to pass out. But man, I'm going to go run identifiers before I do that.
Oh, yep.
Since in the time we've been sitting here, I've heard my phone vibrate like 4 times.
No.
And I know that at least 3 of those are probably order emails. I feel like sometimes I'll knock out like 10 or 12 of them, and then I refresh the page and it doesn't. I think something's wrong. It's just because more came in. Like, again, not a complaint. Love everybody who supports it, but
yes,
this I didn't get the perspective last year of how busy this chunk would be because it was new. So like I did a lot of identifiers, but it was in like these waves where like people didn't know, and now, since like mid-January, it's just bam, 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 bam. Everybody with a kayak's going to have one.
And how many people come back for a second identifier and a third identifier? You know, I mean, I've already decided I need another one. So like, that's the thing. Like once you get one, you're like, oh, well, I could also have one designed like this. Mm-hmm. And, you know, of course, being able to highlight, like one of my things I was most excited about was being able to highlight small companies. We're small business owners. I like highlighting small business. So being able to throw on small businesses that we work with and highlight them through our fish catches is just kind of cool to me. And we're like, oh, well, hey, we could add this one on there too, you know?
Yeah, there's people that bought one in like January or December that have already bought another one because they're just like, oh, they saw something else they like. But I'm interested because the new platform with Shopify, I can see the returning customer metrics like way better than what I had before. So I'm really curious for next year because like off the top of my head, I would say that like there's a lot of people that bought identifiers last year that are still using those new ones. Yeah. But I would say at least 60% of the people that bought one last year have already got a new one or have messaged me recently. Yep. I had like 5 or 6 emails yesterday when they're like, hey, you made me one last year. Like, how do we order now? Because it used to just be like, email me and I send you an invoice. And I'm like, hey guys, your mind's going to be blown when you see the new website. And like it went from this podunk operation with a lot of manual stuff to like the standards here we are, look at us, this fancy website, you know. It's very hot topic, skater boy.
Chris Lancaster said he came back for one because he lost one on a float, and we were actually
with him.
There. We were with him when he lost it.
I think Andrew's lost at least one.
Yeah.
I had somebody ask me the other day if I would put the foam on the back to keep them from sinking, and I was like, no. I said honestly, the foam on the back is such a old school's a better word, but honestly, it's like the half-ass way to do it because my thing is bolt it on. Just bolt it.
Mine has a bolt in the middle, and that's not going to come off. Which is why I want a second one because now I want to design it around the bolts because some of it's covered up.
Yep.
And I didn't take that in consideration when I was doing it. Is it that big of a deal? No, but in my brain, I kind of want to fix it.
Yeah, I had entertained the idea for a while there of just getting them with the hole in the center and then designing around it. And it wasn't terribly much more headache or effort or whatever, have the supplier do that. But there's so many people that don't bolt them on yet that would like the hole in the middle. And I was like, I'm just going to let them. It takes 2 seconds to tap a hole. I'm just going to let them drill their own hole if they want it. But I mean, my identifier stays in the kayak going 75 miles an hour down the road. So
it'd be hard to lose mine.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's popping off and falling in the water, you're doing it wrong. You don't need foam. You need a bolt.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. But man, I appreciate you guys coming on. It was fun. I didn't have, like I told you guys, I didn't have any time to prep. So I was flying more by the seat of my pants on this one than any of the episodes so far. Cause it like that week snuck up on me. Yeah. It does not feel like Tuesday was a week ago.
Oh, you aren't wrong.
Yes.
And I honestly can't even remember which one it is, but I'm on a podcast on Thursday on somebody else's. So like this is a podcast in a week right here. But it's been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, thanks
we
for having
appreciate
us.
the opportunity. It was a good time.
Everybody who watched tonight, man, I appreciate you. We had like 15 or 16 people watching at one point in time. And man, I just love seeing those numbers up there. It's really cool to see people come out and support it. And they support all of us and the guests and the brand. And Man, it really is just humbling and wild. So if you guys were in the comment section tonight, I appreciate you. And if you're listening on the audio version in the future, I appreciate you too. Don't forget to hit that like button and stuff on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're watching it. And we're going to catch you guys next Tuesday. Hit this.